Most of us carry a blurry picture of confidence. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is not the absence of fear. Confident people feel the heart rate, the dry mouth, the thought that says this could go badly. They just stopped treating that feeling as a verdict. Picture someone learning to drive. Week 1, the hands are rigid on the wheel. Week 30, they change lanes in the middle of a conversation. Nobody gave them a mindset. They accumulated 400 intersections that went fine. That is the whole mechanism. Boring, and it works. With no evidence in an area, you have no confidence yet. You have hope, or you have a performance. Neither one holds when the specific question comes. The second ingredient is permission. It is invisible, and it stops more people than skill does. Permission is letting yourself act without an external green light. Huge numbers of capable people are stuck here. They have the evidence, and they still act like they are waiting for a signature. You can hear missing permission in the language. Each one is a small request to be allowed. Recovery is what happens when things do not go well. That is where confidence is actually decided. Everyone gets hit eventually. You say the wrong thing in front of people who matter. What separates confident people is not that this hurts them less. It is the story they tell afterward and how long they stay in it. There is a studied difference in how people explain failure. One style says, "I'm not good at this and never will be." The other says, "I was underprepared for one specific question, temporary. Same event, completely different odds of trying again next month." Recovery is not pretending it was fine. Two people give the same bad presentation. Same slides, same nervous laugh, same silence at the end. One rewrites it that night and asks to present again in 3 weeks. The other quietly stops volunteering. Give it 2 years. The first one is who the room trusts now. The second one is certain they are bad at presenting, and technically they are right. Avoidance is what turns a temporary weakness permanent. Recovery turns confidence from a mood into a structure. Once you have come back once, failure stops being the end. It becomes a chapter you have read before. The most qualified person at the table, silent for 50 minutes, then hearing their own idea from someone else and watching the room approve. That is not humility. That is a withheld signature. The body does not distinguish between danger and being watched. Speaking to 40 people produces the chemistry of a physical threat. Faster heart. Shallow breath. Blood leaving the fingers. That is not a character flaw. It is old hardware doing its job. The mistake is reading those signals as facts about you. A shaking hand is not a message to sit down. It means your body has committed resources. The same chemistry shows up in people who are excited. Confident people are not calm. They have felt this exact sensation enough times and gone forward anyway until it stopped predicting failure. It became weather instead of a warning. This is why waiting to feel confident never works. The feeling is downstream. Action first, evidence second, feeling third. Almost everyone tries to run that order backwards. So is some of this innate partly, and it would be dishonest to pretend otherwise. Some infants move toward a strange new object, some pull back from it. That difference is measurable before language, and it never disappears. You do not have to become a confident person. You need evidence in the 2 or 3 areas you care about. That is a much smaller project. So what actually moves it? 5 shifts, in rough order of usefulness. First, pick one area and go get evidence in it. One thing, speaking up in meetings or swimming or hard conversations, do the smallest version that still scares you a little, then do it again next week. The unit of confidence is the repetition, not the insight. Second, keep the record. Memory is a bad historian and it deletes wins fast. Write down things you did not think you could do. It looks childish, it works, because confidence runs on retrieval, and you cannot retrieve what you never stored. Third, cut the pre-apology, not the politeness, the disclaimers. This changes how you get treated within about a week. Fourth, be deliberately bad at something in public. Take a class in something you're bad at where people watch. You're not training the skill, you're training the part that survives being visibly incompetent. That is the muscle everything else sits on. Fifth, rehearse the recovery, not the success. Before something that matters, most people picture it going perfectly. That is a fragile plan. Decide instead what you will do if it goes badly. Most of confidence is knowing you have a next move. Now the warning, because this cuts both ways. Confidence is a signal, and signals can be forged. Humans are unreliable judges of who actually knows things. We use fluency, speed, and no hedging as proof of competence. So the person with the least doubt collects the most trust. And the least doubt often belongs to whoever knows least. Real expertise usually adds qualifiers. It depends, in most cases, not always. Those phrases sound weaker and are usually more accurate, so watch for confidence that never updates. The tell is not certainty. The tell is what certainty does when it meets new information. Solid confidence can say, I was wrong without losing altitude. Confident people are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who already know what the floor feels like.